Hey YouTube, thanks for coming back. Thanks for coming back if you've been here before. If you are brand new, welcome to my channel. It is Elsie here, and you have reached, or you've clicked on Life at 5.0. So we have other things that we will be talking about here, but right now it seems everybody wants tarot readings, so that's what I'm getting in emails. I'm getting requests for tarot readings. So what I decided to do, start at the top of the zodiac a little while back, and today we're going to finish up the month of May so we can get into June. I am going to start different topics though. I am, into my 50s and I've just become newly single. So Life at 5.0, that's what I'm doing. Creating a brand new life, starting over again. So this reading here is going to be for my Aries. Sorry, not for Aries. It's going to be for Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And we will go ahead and do a general reading. Please know that, this reading won't resonate with everyone. If it's not your reading, please leave it. And, there's so many wonderful, spiritual, really greatly intuitive readers on YouTube. So if you're not finding what you need here, please just look at my list and find out who I'm reading or who I'm watching for reads. If you're interested in a private reading, though, please see information below. You'll see an email address, and we'll talk about that in email if you'd like to do that. In the meantime, right now, we're going to start to ask Spirit to come in so we can have some answers. Archangel Michael, our guide, main guide, and then the other angels and guides that might want to help us on this journey here. Hold us with a pure white light to bless me, that I would be used as a channel and give you the messages that you need for your highest good, Aquarius. So this will be for Aquarius from now until the end of May of 2019. We are asking Spirit just to give us messages that are of the highest good for Aquarius. What is the most important thing that our collective Aquarius need to know until the end of May? Thank you, Spirit. Woo. There we go. We come outright with the Ace of Wands. That's not a bad start at all. I mean, if you're going to have a start, look at this. They're just flying out here. So, well, those came out in the reverse. So we'll do this. And we'll do that. Yeah, cards are just flying out here. So please, if you can let us know what's the most important and for the highest good of Aquarius, the end of May 2019. Today until the end of May 2019, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. If you need to know what your Sun, Moon, Rising sign is, please look at the below. You'll find links there that'll help you find out your Sun, Moon, Rising sign. You can go to my About page for that as well. So it looks like we've got the Five of Wands, which can indicate a little bit of tug and pull, a little bit of either inner or outer sort of self-arguments, kind of a standoff with yourself, maybe. I don't think this is external, though. I think this may be internal. Four of Cups, something's coming out of a period of boredom, maybe a little bit of complacency. Judgment is in the reverse. Judgment being in the reverse, it is self-doubt. It's like your inner critic, that tape you play in your head that tells you all the things that you are not. That's right there. You need to stop that, because we don't. Your mind doesn't need to know all the things that you are not. And just remember, universe is listening. So whatever you think, you are. Thoughts are things, you guys. If it wasn't true, I wouldn't be here doing this for you right now. Thoughts are things. So just be careful what you're doing with your inner critic. Oh, look at that. We've got these cards that are laying over here, trying to escape the reading. But that's okay, because you, on your heels, you have some temperance, which is good. And it's always good to have some balance, right? Next here, and the wheel. And the wheel is in the upright, which is good. Very good for you. Means something's coming up that, after you get some temperance, some balance, it's turning in your favor. That wheel is, well, we'll see the cards that come out around it, but I have a feeling it's a good wheel, I think. Ooh, nice way to end. Okay, so looks like our energy here for the overall underneath the deck. It looks like someone's coming out of a space of a broken heart. So looks like something may have happened that kind of shook your world a little bit. Maybe something you didn't expect and caused a broken heart. I mean, this could be friendship, this could be love, this could be friends, this could really be anything. So let's take a look here. So we have the Ace of Wands. You know, the Ace of Wands is a new start in passion. Excuse me. It is a new start in passion here. So, I mean, first card is the strongest, and that's coming out as your overall for the reading here. I think that, Spirit is telling you that you have a new start in passion, but it looks as though you are hesitant about that. We've got the Queen of Wands, and she's in the reverse. She is the passionate queen. She's the passionate queen. She's the doer. She is the action queen. So she's always doing things for everybody and everyone. And you know, by the way, I should have said this at the beginning. Just don't get hung up on the gender of the cards, because this can be male or female. We're talking about energies here. We're not talking about pictures and people on the cards. So Aquarius, it looks like whomever this is, the Queen of Wands could either be you or it could be a fire sign. So fire signs are Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. So this could be someone in your environment who is who maybe you're trying to start something new with. You want a new passionate start with this Queen of Wands, whether that be male or female. That person seems to be, you know, maybe just really not having it right now. That person seems to be perhaps busy with other things. So the Queen of Wands being, you know, the busiest, the action queen in the deck, she's always here, there, and everywhere, taking care of everyone. So it looks like maybe not right now. I'm not going to say never, but not right now. Just because next to it is the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords can indicate, you know, I would say inner turmoil. And to me, this guy in this picture here always looks really very smug. So the people that he has conquered, you can see them in the background there. They're walking away. So looking a little smug though to me, like, you know, you think you've won the war, but you haven't. You've conquered the battle, but you haven't won the war. So I think that this Five of Swords, that this person here is celebrating a little bit prematurely, and perhaps maybe there's a little bit of ego involved here, that that they like winning the small rewards. Yeah, they like winning the small rewards, but aren't necessarily up for the battle. So this person, I feel as though they have won the short battle, not necessarily the war, and that there could be some things that still need to be taken care of. It's coming up in the reverse. So, I mean, there are, you know, I think in the past there's been some battles. You may be coming out of that at this time. And there have been little battles that could be leading up to a war. Hopefully there are little battles that you're taking care of after the war is already over. The Five of Wands here in this position here is, Five of Wands is sort of an argument, you know, an argument, or maybe having words with someone. I would say it could be internal or external. Here I think it's kind of external, that there's been some frustration that you're dealing with right now. Frustration maybe because you're bored and not really moving forward. You're getting a little bit complacent of how things are going. Like, what's going on here? What is going on? Why are you stalled? You want to know, you're asking the universe, why am I stalled? What am I not doing here? And it is causing some inward and outward strife. So you're ready for passion and love. You're ready to have a brand new start in passion and love, but whomever you are pursuing is not really ready for you yet. So this frustration here, this tug and pull, could be between you and this person, and it could be, doesn't necessarily have to be a physical tug and pull. It could be a mental tug and pull. So you two thinking about each other, and you being frustrated with this person not really maybe taking your advances. Maybe they're not making phone calls to you. They're not giving you they're not giving you reciprocation. You know, you're doing more on your side than they're doing, and that's causing a bit of frustration. It's causing you to be bored and wondering what you're waiting for. Why are you here and why are you waiting? You are coming out of the boredom period, but I just want you to remember to stop focusing on what you don't have. Look at her. She's looking directly down at that cup that is empty. But look up here. There's a full cup and there's more full cups here. So I think this is a lesson in maybe not being so focused on what you don't have and maybe being more focused in the things that can come. The Judgment card here is in the reverse as well, and that is a little bit of self-doubt. And like I said at the beginning, it's a little bit of self-doubt. It's the inner critic. It's the inner critic telling you, you can't have this person. That's not going to happen for you. But, you know, you don't have to believe everything you think. You are allowed to choose the thoughts that come through your head, and you don't have to believe everything that comes through your head. So just remember that inner critic is there. I feel like the inner critic is good in some situations and bad in others. In some situations, the critic keeps you on your heels, right? Keeps you on your toes as well. And it can push you to do things that you may never have done in the past. That inner critic saying, you can't do that. What do you mean you can do that? And sometimes you can go against your inner critic and say, you know what? Watch me, hold my beer, here we go. So I think a little bit of judgment on yourself is good, but I think for the most part, that inner critic you need to tell that person to be quiet. You are coming out of this, and so this is not what you need at this time. You are coming out of being bored, being complacent, you know, feeling a little bit of lack. So this is what you don't need at this time. So this also means, you know, you're ignoring the call. You know, this person is calling up and they're resurrecting. That angel is resurrecting things from the past, and you're ignoring the call. So there could be someone in your past who wants to get a hold of you, and you're ignoring that call. Yeah, you're ignoring that call. It could be this person here as well. Temperance is here, which is good. Temperance is always good for, you know, being in balance, and, you know, fire and water being opposites of each other. In the Temperance card can be in balance. It really is hard to balance the two. Just know though that the Temperance card is, you know, if you can see, she's got the crown chakra going there, and she's using her powers of balance and mind to get everything in balance, not just what's, you know, what she's balancing between the water and fire here, but I think that when you blend both of them, you get a beautiful, warm kind of feeling, right? You get a beautiful, warm kind of feeling. So she is trying her hardest to balance, to take away from the imbalance, perhaps, of the Judgment. Try and silence that critic a little bit, make things a little softer. This is healing as well, so maybe you need to heal from what's gone on here. And the thing is once you do get back in balance, and balance means different things for different people, right? For some it can mean home-work balance. For some it could mean, you know what, it's time to turn away from here because it's frustrating me, and it is complacency. I've been in this spot a long time worrying about what's going on here because I really want to start in passion, but it's time to move on. So once you get yourself in balance, and this inner critic has been silenced, get yourself in balance, it looks like the wheel is going to turn in your favor. And the thing is that we can create our own blocks, right? We can create our own blocks, and the universe is listening. The universe is always listening to us, whether we say it out loud or whether we say it in our mind. We are what we think. We become what we think we are. So when the wheel is turning in your favor, it is going to turn into ultimate, beautiful happiness. Happy life, happy wife, happy husband, happy partner, happy girlfriend, boyfriend, doesn't matter who it is. It's just happiness, togetherness, the apex of happiness. So the thing is that we can create our own blocks. We can create our own blocks. We can create things that really aren't happening in our mind, and it can lead to heartbreak. We can break our own hearts, and I really believe that we can. Coming out of that broken heart, which is good, but I think it really can lead to breaking our own hearts when we are so harsh on ourselves, and, you know, we allow frustration to be at the front of our mind instead of trying to fix it at the back of our mind and being a little more balanced. I really feel like that this start in passion, once you get over the frustration, you're going to come into balance and things are going to work out for you. But I think that we spend so much time telling ourselves what could go wrong that we can stay in this Four of Cups. Complacency, boredom. We can stay in the frustration. We can stay in that inner critic. But look what's down here, though. Like, do you really want to miss that? You don't. You don't want to miss that. So I think that you are your own worst critic here, Aquarius. So I think if you are kinder to yourself, you feel better about yourself, people are going to see that from the outside. It's going to come from the outside or from the inside out, and people are going to see that in you. Why is this Ace of Wands here? Please tell me, Spirit, why is this Ace of Wands here? Ace of Wands is here because you're trying to manifest something with your Queen of Wands here. So whoever that is, you're trying to manifest something with them. You're using all the tools in your tickle trunk here. So you've got everything that you need, including your intuition. So rely on your gut, rely on your intuition, meditate, be kind to yourself, speak kind to yourself, speak in ways that you would have others speak to you. I think that when you do that and you're kinder to yourself, that you're going to feel in your power. The magician is totally in power, in self-power, because everything they need to manifest what they want is right here. And that comes from silencing the inner critic and, finding opportunities to not be bored in life. Just because you're not in this relationship and this isn't working out at this time, it doesn't mean there isn't beautiful things waiting for you. Frustration arises for all of us, but look, once you get it all worked out in the end, it is going to be beautiful for you. And there are some fast messages coming in. So I think the key is patience, manifestation. Do you know how to manifest? I want you to Google that. How do I manifest? So if you're not the person who is into manifestation, I suggest that you do. I am telling you that I would not be here doing this, speaking with you, if I did not manifest what my life is right now. So go ahead. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is coming in with fast, love messages for you. This person is going to contact you, I feel, but I think that you need to be patient. You have some things you need to clean up. You're coming out of that right now. You need to, fix those little wars within yourself, the frustrations and the conversations you're having with yourself. That does bleed to the outside. It doesn't stay in your head. People can see it on you, and you have a different glow when you're not listening to that inner critic. Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit stuck here. So, this could be not really wanting to approach this person, perhaps. Maybe you're just stuck. You do want the love. You can manifest it if you want. Messages, you want to throw in those messages really quick, but you're kind of feeling standoffish a little bit. You're in a tug and pull with yourself, like you're in a deadlock with yourself, it seems. Indecision. The thing is that you can choose not to do this at any time. You can choose it. You can take off the blindfold, drop the swords, and figure out what's going on. Open a conversation with this person. And I would suggest that before you do, that you manifest it. And that will kind of soften the delivery, I think. Why is the Four of Cups here reversed, please, Spirit? Four of Cups reversed, please. Yeah, you got tired of waiting, I think. I think that you want to offer something to this Queen of Wands, but you got tired of waiting for the right moment. And as well as being a card reader, I'm a photographer, and I will tell you that there is no right moment for a picture. You wait for the right moment and click the shutter, and the person's eyes are closed or someone moved and there's a blur. But if you keep shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting, you may shoot 50 frames, but you will have 4 or 5 pictures that are absolutely perfect. So this Ace of Wands, I think that you got tired of waiting. You're feeling like there's no chance with the Queen of Wands, and so it got complacent. You got maybe bored, started looking at the lack, started looking at what you don't have instead of what you do have. You're coming out of that now, which is good, but I think that it threw you into the the wands being in reverse, the Ace of Wands, thinking that there's no start, but the Empress is here. And if this is in fact female, the Empress for sure is female. She's fertile and things grow around her, and it's like she's got the Midas touch. Everything she touches just is beautiful and flourishing and growing, and she's just the most beautiful person to be around. She's also intuitive, and she's you know, she can be pregnant. She can be, you know, pregnant with a child, or she can be just fertile in the mind as well. So it doesn't necessarily mean children, but it can mean that this person is ready to share with you the things that you need. So they're ready to share information with you. I think it's going to be okay for you to approach your Queen of Wands. But I think you need to do it in a way after you get over this frustration. I know it can be frustrating waiting, but you know what? It's divine timing. It isn't in our time, guys. It's divine timing. It's the universe that makes the decisions, and this is a major arcana card. This means you can't change this. This means that major arcana means you cannot change this. So it means that you have to wait. It is divine timing. And the thing is the universe knows the perfect time when all of these things should take place and should work for you. So please be patient. Be patient and know that the universe has got your back. Like quite literally, right? Universe has got your back, right? Oops. There we go. Yeah, universe has got your back. So, see what this frustration is about here. Yeah, it looks like you wanted to... You're ready to go to, you were ready to go to calmer waters, and it looks like things just ended up tumultuous. Perhaps you had a bad conversation with that person or someone else who, you know, maybe put doubt in your mind. There's more temperance coming up here. So, you know, with this frustration, you know, all you need is a little bit of temperance. You've got temperance twice here. So I think that's a big message from the universe. Those are also major arcana cards and telling you, you need to get back in balance. You need to get your mind balanced with your spirit, I think. If you don't, you're not going to have any love. If this keeps up here, you are, looks like you are not going to be able to connect with your soulmate. And we can do that. We can talk ourselves out of anything, you guys. And there is your Queen of Wands. So you've got Queen of Wands twice here. And as you get through this, if you'll notice, we were talking about the frustration, getting out of this, and stop talking about your inner critic. It's saying here that, you know, you're not going to be able to have that ending that you want if you don't get in balance. You can try and run away as much as you want, but this is going to follow you. You're going to have to figure it out. So moving forward, it looks like once you stop talking badly about yourself, it looks like that Queen of Wands, she's turning herself into the upright. So I think this is going to work for you. It's going to be quite positive, I think. But it is really all about you. There could be harsh words. There could be harsh words if you go into it feeling lack, feeling your inner critic. So if you want that queen, you need to be ready to soften your words and just be in balance before you see him or her. There you go. There's your cup of love, new start in love, and that's what's going to happen once you get things in order here. I'm just going to clarify a little bit with this Ten of Cups is here. You're feeling a little bit of indecision, I think. Not necessarily feeling like you can have the Ten of Cups. And I mean, you know, when we say apex life, you know, happiness and everything, I think all of us are a little bit guarded against that. Do we really want to get our hopes up that much? And I think that's what it is. I think you want it. I think the universe wants it for you, and they're telling you, look, you're going to have it. But I think that you're in some indecision about that. And that could come from this right here. There is the Death card, and that means that, you know, there's some transformation going on. You're going to have to transform if you want that Ten of Cups. And that means inwardly, you're going to have to transform, get yourself in balance. And then you're going to have all kinds of choices. You're going to have all sorts of choices coming at you. So it's going to open up all sorts of opportunities for you. I know it can be confusing. It can be confusing when you have a lot of opportunity, but I mean, it's better to have opportunity than not. I don't feel as though this guy is confused about his opportunities. I feel he's going to be very careful at how he picks the opportunity. So he's looking them all over, and I think he's going to take his time and make the proper pick for himself or herself. What should we do? Yeah, we'll go here. Just gonna ask if there are any other messages here that that Aquarius needs in order to be able to, you know, get to this apex happiness here. Just gonna make sure there's nothing peeking, nothing peeking. Here we go. I'm gonna use the gilded here. Please tell me for our collective Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Please tell me or tell us. Oh, there are some peekers. Look at this. Can never find them. There we go. There's one. There's another. I think that's it. Okay, if you can please tell us, Spirit, are there any other messages for the collective Aries? Collective Aries, please. Any more messages for collective Aries? Woo! Look at that. Victory, guys. Victory in all of this if you use your intuition. Make sure that you use your intuition. Your Empress is waiting for you. Beautiful, all-knowing, got everything in the bag. Looks like there could be some victory, I think, on the horizon. And I think that is all going to come, and it all depends on you. It has nothing to do with the Queen of Wands. It has nothing to do with the Empress, except that the intuition should be used. It really doesn't have as much to do with that person as it does with you. You need to manifest it. You need to figure out what's going on within you. You need to balance yourself. You need to balance your temperance. You need to temper the life. The wheel is ready to turn in your favor, but just remember, this is not your time. This is divine time. But that's what's coming up in the end, you guys. Victory. Coming back from the fight is the victor. Everyone's going to be happy around you. So I'm just going to pull, I think, just one of Denise Lynn's cards here. The Sacred Traveler is a beautiful deck. And I find that it always pulls together everything that we've been talking about. It kind of all pulls it together in one really great message. So let's do that. Let's pull one of these. Desert Passage. Trust there's a divine plan. Trust there is a divine plan, and it is in divine timing, right? So, let's see. Desert Passage. Let's read what we see here. 51 years old, still singing the alphabet. A, B, C, D. There we go. Desert Passage. Okay. So it says, the card meaning. Card meaning is, even if it seems that life has areas of barrenness beneath the surface, life is transforming. Transformation, peoples. Life is transforming in accordance with the highest good. We did ask for the highest good for you at the beginning of the reading, didn't we? Trust that you are guided, even if it doesn't always seem like it. There are spiritual guides, allies, and angels surrounding you. Listen with your heart. Act on your instincts. Believe that the messages you are being given are in the highest good for you. Get down to basics. Trust what you feel. So I think that talks to this, right? No more inner critic, right? You can always challenge these thoughts. When the inner critic kicks up and decides that you are not enough, you can always silence the critic and tell them that you are. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know the desert path can seem like a vast wasteland, yet it is in the isolation that immense insights and intuition can emerge. So remember, you need to take care of yourself. You need to get in balance, and you can do that by resting, relaxing, meditating. In times of old, sages and visionaries retreated into the desert to connect more deeply with spirit. If in the past you trusted your instincts, and then later it seemed to be a mistake, don't let that keep you from trusting your intuition now. Trust your intuition. Everybody has intuition. Stretch that muscle and it becomes stronger. Often those things that we thought were mistakes in the past, in hindsight, were the best things possible for us. As you open your intuition, you will send messages from the loving presence of your spirit guides, and you will feel the loving presence of your spirit guides and ancestors. There is a potent plan for your life. Trust. I don't think I have any more to add to that, because Spirit has spoken. It's in divine timing, guys. It's coming. Just be patient, okay? Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, that's it for now. Have a good one. Bye.